Hey folks, how you doing? It's Chris from Cheat Tech, back with another video, and what I thought we'd do is a bit of a mini series on how to put a basic movie together on an Apple Mac. Now I'm using an iMac 2017, one of the iMacs from 2017. This is the base model, 27 inch, and it comes with iMovie on there, which is the free program from Apple for popping a movie together. So I'll just open it up, and this is pretty much what you're going to be greeted with. Now I've already dragged 3 video files in there, and I'll just show you how to pop some more in. And if we just look on the left hand side there, we've got the actual menu where all your bits and bobs are stored. Then this big box here is basically the things that you've popped in that's going to be looking at in your actual video. You'll notice if you put your mouse over one of the videos, I'm not pressing any button, I'm just sliding the mouse slider across. It shows you in this view window here what's going on. Now these are just sample videos. I'm not actually going to put a proper timeline together that actually makes any sense. I'll leave that to your imagination. Okay, so this part here is tagged as my media. Audio will list all the audio things you've got on your computer. Now, or on your Mac I should say. Is a Mac a computer? Of course it is. You know what I mean. Now the way this works, I've already downloaded some copyright free audio sources. If you're going to be using something that's copyrighted and you're going to be uploading to YouTube or Facebook, you're going to get it took down because you shouldn't be doing that. So if you're just making a video for personal use or just sharing between family and friends, then you'll be fine with any type of music. But there is plenty of copyright free music out there, so just something to bear in mind. Titles, this is the part where if you want to write something on the screen, if you see there, just moving over that one, that's how it appears. So these are the little bits that you can put bits of text on top of the screen. Okay. Backgrounds, fairly similar. So you can have a background with a title on top, so you get that background with a title on top. All fairly easy to do. We'll cover them bit by bit. And then there's your transitions, where if you're going from, say, one screen to another, you cut it in between 2 bits of video, you can pop these in. Some are alright, some are a bit old hat maybe. It all depends on... It's a bit like Dennis did, hasn't it? Was it Dallas? So it depends on what you're doing, and obviously some are a bit classier than the others. So, and then on the bottom, this is where we drag all our video and audio files, and it's basically our timeline. I say this is your sort of viewing window of what's going on down here, and that'll show up there. And there's a few different options which we can look at a bit later on. So if we go back to My Media, if we look at the top here, we'll drag another movie file in. I've no idea what half of these are, so Alright, these are YouTube videos I've done previously, so I'll drag that one in. It's literally select the one you want when import. If you've recorded some video with a camera or your phone, you would either put your SD card in or drag that media from your phone onto a folder somewhere on your Mac, and it would show up in here somewhere, and you'd drag it on that way. I'm sure most people can figure that one out. So this is on my SSD drive. I've got a small SSD drive that I use. SSD drive. What does that mean? SSD drive, a small 128 gigabyte drive I use, just for a bit of extra off PC storage, shall we say. So as we can see there, that's being dragged in. You see the little progress circle there. So it's literally a case of dragging the first file you want, popping it in place. So if we look at it here, let's just see if we can make it a bit bigger. We're going to make it too big. But if you see the little line there, and I'm dragging up and down, that is your volume. Okay? And your actual videos on top. So if you go to start, wherever you're doing on the play bar, if you press space, it starts the video. So there's not really much sound to this because I didn't record any sound on this part. The little noise you can hear is my camera focusing. Back in the day where I was using a pretty pants lens, if I'm being honest. So that's dragged the first file in. Pretty simple, just literally mouse click, drag it down. So now we'll drag another file in. And it's simple as doing that. So again, we've got the same deal. You've got your volume at the bottom. Let's see what. Hey guys, so we're back in. So that's your volume at the bottom. We'll just mute that for a second. Now what you'll notice, the end of the first video and the start of the second video. So look at the screen at the top. Pretty much seamless. And you've got this gap in between. So if you wanted to pop in a transition, you go to the top, click on transitions, and we'll have a bit of a blur. Stick it in there, and notice now we've got this 1 second blur transition. Oh, look at that, sweet as a nut. So that's fairly simple. Now if I wanted to actually shorten this second clip because it's a bit long, I can actually drag the end of it like that and just shorten it. How big is it? Okay, so I can do that. I can also do it from this end as well, and I can extend it again this end. So again, this is pretty basic stuff, guys, but you get the idea. In fact, let's just, there we go, a bit more manageable there now. So if I go back to my media and I pop this one in, again, this is 13 minutes long. So what we can do, I'm going to try this because I'm used to using Final Cut Pro, which is very similar. So if we move the header there, again, so the header is basically the line where your video will start from. So if I move it to there, for instance, click there, move it back. Okay, so if I move, is it Command B? Okay, so if I move it to the point and press Command B, that's your code for cut. So if I move it there, press Command B. So what we got there now, if you notice, is 1, 2, 3 bits of film from the same film. So I basically chopped it up. If I want to undo any of that, I'll press Command Z. And it's just undone it there. I don't want that last video to be too long. So if I now select it and press the backspace, that's got rid of all of that. So we've now got 3 bits of video. So you can see where this is going. There we go, a bit of a transition. Very simple, not too stressful. So what we'll do now is we'll get it so we can put a little bit of music underneath it. And I think we'll call that your first mini lesson. Just wait for it to move on to the next picture. There we go. Boom. Look at that. Did that quite smart, didn't I? So audio. Now I've got this one, which I know is a bit longer than what I need it to be, so we'll go again, Command B, and delete that. So what we should have now is we've got your video with a little bit of music underneath. Now again, I can alter the volume by taking that slider up and down. Now this is copyright free music, so I'm okay. I use this in my own videos, never had any trouble. So as you can see, a few simple moments, and we've got a nice little looking video. So I'm going to leave the first lesson there. I'll save this project and we'll work on it again for lesson 2, and we'll work on doing voiceovers, adding video on top of video, if you like, a bit of a B-roll, and also inserting pictures and making it so you can add your pictures on there, and you'll see what I mean when I do it. And we'll end on putting actual blank backgrounds on with text over the top, and actually how to put text on top of your video as well. But there's the basic start for you. Give you something to work at. I don't want to make each video too long, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, so hope you've enjoyed it. And as I say, this is part 1 of a little bit of a mini series. We'll get 2 or 3 of these to get you pretty confident into using iMovie. So thanks for watching, guys. Please leave us a like. Please smash that subscribe button if you found this useful, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Ta-ra for now.